Turn to ban.
What?
Radiant team ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Captain's Draft 4.0 Group Hippo GSL style group stage. We are here with Pain Gaming versus Evil Geniuses. Loser of this game gets last seed in Group Hippo. Very important matchup here. Pain and EG both trying to move on to play up against Complexity in the last game of Group Hippo. OG have already secured themselves seed number 1 going into the LAN finals. Of course, Secret and Mineski and Group Horse are playing for that as we speak, I believe. So a lot of exciting stuff happening. Pain Gaming have a bit of a rough game in the first game against OG. Evil Genius is doing well, but then they Complexity had a good comeback against them. They were up at 10K. Remaining. Didn't really work out for them. But Brax, what are you expecting for game 2 here?
Both teams are officially warmed up now. It's best of one, Mon.
They're all ready to go.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, obviously on paper, EG has, you would assume, the stronger players, the favorited players. Pain Gaming, though, a pretty good team. And it comes down to the heroes, right? It's Captain's Draft.
It is.
It's just your comfort. What are you comfortable with? What can you pick maybe to surprise the other team? There's a Meepo. There was an Arc Warden, which was banned out. Is there anything that's really jumping out at you with this particular draft, this particular Captain's Draft?
Well, there are, nothing's really too surprising. Especially when you look at it with all the heroes in front of you. You sometimes don't think about these other heroes like the Tinker, Naga Siren. Every now and then, last pick Morphling, Alchemist, these kind of heroes kind of surprise you. But in Captain's Draft, you get to see everything, ban out a lot of the pool, and it's easier to focus in on some of these big problem heroes like OD, for example.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that either team will be too surprised by what they pick, but
I mean, again, it just comes down with comfort.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like where we saw the Pangolier and then the Triumph kind of counter. There are those counters that exist with the heroes that we currently have, but like, for example, there's a Beastmaster. You can pick a Baton against it with the Aphotic Shield. They will go for Bane to start things off, though, for Evil Geniuses. A very strong laning hero. Him and Rasta, probably two of the best supports right now in Dota, would you say?
Yep, especially for the 5 position. I would say Rasta, Bane, and Winter Wyvern are probably the top 3.
10 seconds remaining.
So, and remember, only Bane is available out of those 3. No Rasta, no Wyvern, which we've seen in the past few games. There is a Keeper of the Light, which we saw recently. There is also a Witch Doctor, which, of course, EG put to pretty good use in the beginning of the last game they played. And they might go for it. Pain might go for it if they want to. But what about Io? It's a hero I haven't seen that much of recently.
It's a very... some teams love it, some teams hate it, right? It's always been that kind of a hero where certain teams love to play with it and certain teams hate playing against it, and some teams really dislike playing against it.
It's a very polarizing hero, huh?
Yeah, it is for sure, but I don't know. I don't think it's that good, especially in this given pool, because he needs a lot of circumstances to play off of. But all right, first pick Sven. You might see Io with Sven.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not that many heroes to pair up with it, but Sven is definitely one that can.
Yeah.
And it's an HFN classic in terms of what he can play in the safe lane, and we will see what they decide to pick next.
Very interesting to see the first pick Sven, even in Captain's Draft.
Yes, that is very strange. You're right.
Yeah.
Why first pick Sven? What's the advantages to this here?
Maybe they have a plan.
Yeah, I would hope so. First pick Sven's very interesting. Usually you see maybe something like a support or an offlaner pick first, as those are very highly valued. Speaking of offlanes, what do you have? A Baden, Beastmaster, and they pick the Io for EG. They think that Pain Gaming are going to grab it. It looks like, and they counter pick it completely, seemingly out of nowhere.
Now you have Sven against Bane and OD.
That seems pretty miserable.
Yeah.
That seems not fun.
Yeah, they've got tools to kite him through his GA, tools to reset the Stormbolt stun.
Enfeeble, you have the Fiend's Grip to lock him down. You can kite him with Astral. You can do plenty of damage with the Arcane Orbs.
Yep.
It's not going to be fun.
And that's typically why you don't first pick Sven, even in Captain's Draft mod. Bad things happen.
It seems like it, my friend.
I was going to say maybe they have a plan, and that's just the generic garbage that everyone says when, a team picks something like that early on. Maybe they actually do have a plan.
Maybe they have a plan. It includes Leshrac, apparently.
Yep. Maybe it's the support Sven. This is the curveball.
EG's turn
The support
to
Sven
pick.
with the core lash.
I don't want to see that.
It could, though. 'Cause
I
they've
don't
got
want to
the-
see that.
Mott, they've got the Abaddon push.
Don't put
with
this
it.
bad juju on me, Brax.
I'm being totally serious.
I know you are, and that's
Okay.
the scary thing. Baden comes out, though, in the off lane. We'll see. I like the Leshrac. I think Leshrac is a pretty strong hero
10
given certain
seconds remaining.
circumstances. I like the fact that he's a very capable pusher.
5 seconds
Pretty good
remaining.
lineup for him. You've got tons of stuns to help him land the split earth. And also there's 0 out spam on EG.
And they can keep him alive, which is what you want. You want to be able to spam out your stun, your abilities if you're Leshrac, like your Pulse Nova and your Edict. And the best way to do that, you have
Ghost Ship.
Coil, you have Aphotic Shield, Ghost Ship, for example, even Warcry. You
Every
can buff up
hero
this
has,
Leshrac.
has something to help Leshrac tank up.
Yeah, I agree. Make sure you stay alive. Get to the Bloodstone.
Look at that, Mott. You're selling yourself on this. The core Lesh.
I'm selling myself on the core Lesh. I'm not selling myself on the support
The
Sven,
core
no.
Lesh with the support Sven. That's the classic combo.
It sure is, man. I can't wait to see Stormhammer, and then he does nothing the rest of the game. I don't know. Maybe
It
they.
still works fine together with core
I'm being
Sven.
too facetious, obviously. I think that it could be very good, but I'm not sure, obviously. And who even knows what they're going to be doing here with their lineup currently.
You know, push is a good approach,
turn
though.
to pick.
I
You
agree.
see these heroes, especially when Morphling comes out, too.
Radiant
the,
team pick.
You've got a lineup that's pretty hard to fight into. You even have the Abaddon counter for the Beastmaster Roar.
Yeah, what do you think about peeking Beastmaster into a Abaddon? I guess there's not that many offlaners left. They
Yeah,
could have done
that's
like
the big problem.
maybe they could have done like Jakiro offlaner or something.
Yeah, maybe.
potentially.
The thing is with Jakiro, he needs a lane
10 seconds
desperately.
remaining.
Right.
And if you're up against some Sven Kunkka +1
5 seconds
kind of a
remaining.
lane, there's a good chance he won't be able to lane at all. Because Io can't really help him in that situation. And then Bane doesn't really want to spend his time there either, so
Well,
could be bad.
what are we looking at for our last pick? Is it going to be the support Sven? Or are we going to see something more stock standard? Safe lane Sven, mid Leshrac, off lane Abaddon, Kunkka +1 support. Jeez, I got the hiccups.
Where's your peanut butter when you need
I
it?
need the peanut butter.
If you guys didn't know, Mott puts peanut butter on the inside of his in his mouth, and it cures hiccups according
I eat
to him.
1 spoonful of peanut butter and it cures my hiccups. Don't make me sound like a crazy person.
Your mother probably told you that when you were like 4, and now you believe it for the rest of your life.
It's a psychosomatic thing that definitely works.
If I told you what my mother told me when I was 4, you'd think I'm insane.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Listen, don't judge me.
That's okay.
3 seconds left here for Pain Gaming. They will grab the Disruptor.
You may now select
So it's
your
looking
heroes.
Okay.
pretty stock standard. Sven, Core, Abaddon, off lane.
Yep, mid-lesh.
Yeah. I am a fan. I like this. Obviously, it's rough for the Sven, like we talked about. There's a lot of ways to lock him down, to kite him.
He's kind of
Beastmaster
like
Roar.
it feels like he just gets in there to start the fight. He's not gonna. It's a really difficult Sven game to play in team fights.
Yeah, I agree.
There's the Astral for whoever he goes on, Bane's abilities, Beastmaster's abilities. I mean, Abaddon kind of destroys this lineup, honestly. Bane and Beastmaster can remove
Yeah.
both the long disables from that. And then you have Disruptor on top of it with the Static Storm to keep these heroes locked down.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing is keeping them penned in and then having
Yeah.
the Sven actually go to
10
work,
seconds
not just letting
remaining.
him get kited the entire time. You get a Static Storm kinetic field, and then those heroes probably just die to cleave or God Strength or whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
There's a lot of things flying around, right? Tons of AoE spells. Leshrac, million AoE abilities. Disruptor, same thing. Kunkka, same
Right.
thing. There's a lot of nonsense flying around.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the Disruptor last pick is going to be very good for Pain. They're going to have to do some work in this game for sure. EG, of course, they have the Fear Morphling, going to be very strong. The Artesia Outworld Devourer. So obviously on paper, EG looking good. In terms of the draft, I think EG is also still looking good. Who knows, Brax? Who knows how this Sven and Leshrac get started? Maybe they can start snowballing out of control and take down some towers and
Yeah.
get some good pushing going.
You know, I was talking about sports event a little bit. Maybe this Sven will happen to transition from carry to support based on a poor lane phase. It happens from time to time.
Does it?
It does.
Okay.
Sometimes you get owned,
I think that's fair.
and then your Mask of Madness comes out at like 10 minutes.
We'll see if it's going to be the same case here for this Sven and where
Prepare
they're going
for
to send him
battle.
to begin with. It is the HFN Sven, as we correctly predicted, and the rest of Pain Gaming will move up to the north. So we'll start things off here. This is our second to last game of the group stages, at least for Group Hippo. Again, OG already moving on. They've got the first seed. Complexity waiting in the next game to play up against one of these teams. and try to get that second seed for themselves. EG trying to get the rematch as they did get dropped down in the first game. And we'll see how things turn out here. But in terms of the laning phase, Crypt might be with Sumail. Where's the IO going to be rotating or moving to in this laning phase?
I imagine he'll play bottom and then go to mid eventually. I'll go back and forth between. You can see his build. He's going straight for the bottle.
Yeah.
30
Because that's a very lane-focused build. Gives him the burst healing.
I like it. Try to get some help for Sumail at the beginning of the game. This is going to be a much different game than what we saw from Sumail in his first offlane performance on the Axe. Didn't maybe go the way that he wanted to. He did pretty well, all things considered. Yeah, he missed a couple of calls, but
He had a good start.
he had a very good start. I mean, he obviously had a very good lane.
Yeah.
Where he would just, go and run behind the tower and cut the waves. Now it's going to be a bit more difficult potentially on the Beastmaster. He's about to get Stormhammer potentially. Yep, there it is. They'll take the Bounty Rune and do some damage. They have the Thunder Strike coming out. Sumail will get the help of Crit, and they're going to try to turn on this. And Panda is going to get run down for a moment, but not much more than that. Oh, my God. I'm triggered.
And here come the Sharks.
I made you call him Panda.
No, that's not the issue. I mean, it's first blood.
Well, he'll catch second blood.
Yeah,
Gets stunned up.
Stormhammer, he's got a tether, but he can't get it off in time because of the Torrent coming in from the Kunkka. Just like that, Pain Gaming started off
Duster,
2-0.
He TP'd down to the bottom lane to be able to get there in time.
That's the
lane
mark
Torrent.
of a great support coming in just to get 2 kills for your teammates.
Very nice.
Sumail will have to deal with HFN now getting off to a bit of a fast start, and Duster being along with him. Looking for a Torrent. Duster will try to chase him down. Here comes the Disruptor, now completely out of mana, but he has used the Thunder Strike. They're looking for a Torrent. Here comes the Tether. And now Panda is in serious trouble. The Wild Axes. One auto attack from Crit will do the job. And the Torrent just a half second too late, and Sumail will get back into full HP with a salve as well.
Yeah, very nice. It's a bit difficult for Pain to do anything in this lane when Sven has no mana. You have to use 2 Storm Bolts to level engagement.
He has no Mango either.
Yep.
That's rough. He's going to have to wait till the mana regens slowly. Tavo's going to go ahead and try to cut the creep wave and steal it, bring it back to his tier 1 tower. Should be successful. Oh, maybe. Misery? Nah, Tavo's got this. Maybe the range creep. Nah.
All right.
He actually did a great job there. Torrent down bottom. Sumail in trouble. He's going to fall. Another kill for Pain Gaming, and Duster secures yet another one. What's happening? Uh-oh. Misery's been chasing him down. He's got Brain Sap ready, but it's not going to be enough damage. Tavo only has 1 Tango.
Oh, but he loses 1 creep.
Wow, that's rough, actually. If he wants to CS this, he has to walk up, and Misery just harasses him. This is insane. Misery stayed with him the entire time, and he's getting CS out of this. Meanwhile, HFN will get a kill onto Crit down bottom.
Uneventful.
Yeah. Tavo, Brain Sap. Oh my God, that Tango regen actually saved his life. This land is actually miserable. Tavo has to leave right now. He's getting absolutely owned.
He could have denied himself.
Oh, does he have Miscoil?
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The creep was there. If you do that, then you can TP back up to the lane. Since the respawn timer is only like 6 seconds.
Right.
It's actually faster than TPing back to base to heal. But oh well.
Still
doing great.
He's just gonna have to run up there. But yeah, that would have been pretty good. Still, 10 last hits for killing RD in the mid lane. Arteezy has 11 right now. A lot of action. Pain of 4 kills. They have lost 1. HFN kind of getting run at by Sumail and Crit now, the IO. They can't keep the supports here forever. In fact, they went back home to heal and regen up. And they might even need to move around the map and try to help out the Leshrac later on down the road. Or whoever for that matter, maybe the Abaddon as well. So, HFN's not getting as much as he could in this lane, whereas the Morphling has 16 last hits. Furious free farming.
That's true. They do have a bunch of kills, though. Sven has 2 kills to his name.
Right.
And it still is like a triple stun.
Like
Great. He's got nowhere to go.
He's going to try to tether himself. X marks, though, and now Crit is almost certainly dead. Glimpse back. That was awkward.
Funky stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Trouble now.
Stormhammer onto Sumail just to keep Panda alive. There's the Wild Axes. Panda will be fine. They're going to try to chase after Sumail, but HFN will secure the kill. Which, by the way, he's on a killing spree, so you're right. He is getting a lot of farm from these kills. There's the Wild Axes going, and HFN needs to be very careful. 8 stick charges. The IO is back. He is tethered. They want this kill. Stick charges will come out. There's the Stormhammer. That means the chase should stop. Oh, the Wild Axes. He had 9 HP. So close if Crit was able to auto-attack him once. That is a kill on the Sven, but no such luck there.
Come on, his name's not Panda. It's Pada.
Oh, my God. You're the one that told me to say it. I'm done with you, Brex.
You're right, Panda sounds better, doesn't it?
Well, I'm going to call him Panda
Radiant's
now.
bottom tower is under attack.
Sumail and Crit dive the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and they will secure the kill. That'll be Duster getting dropped. Tavo, Aphotic Shield now running at Misery, and King RD has a haste rune. Misery in trouble. The Lightning Storm at level 3, but he doesn't have enough mana. He's going to have to auto attack. He has another Lightning Storm at the ready. One more auto attack, and King RD will secure the kill. A beautifully timed haste rune, and Misery in a rough position in terms of where he is on the map.
Very nice haste rune. This is a bottom for Pain. Sure, they've got a lot of kills, but at the same time, Sumail and Crit are still getting a lot.
I mean, Sumail has phase boost now done. That's varying him out. He gets 17 last hits.
Yeah.
He's actually tied with the Leshrac, which is that's surprising. It looked like Leshrac was doing well, but Arteezy is now starting to eclipse in terms of the net worth. Working on Drum, of course. He already has the Null Talisman to work with. And they're keeping their supports in this bottom lane. They're trying to get HFN farm, but again, even with these skills, it's still not that much. They've seen Misery. They're instead going to turn on Sumail. They can't decide what to do. Pada keeps walking back and forth. He's got the level 1 clips, and HFN is caught in a rough position. Stormhammer comes out, good torrent, might actually save his life.
Panda's in trouble. He might get slept.
Yeah, Misery needs a Nightmare. He's just about to find it. It is nighttime, so it's a lot harder, and now he's going to have to head to a different direction. He's going to get X'd. There's going to be the Nightmare. Duster takes it off. He wants the torrent. He does have it available. Pops it, but misses it just barely. Stormhammer up in the high ground. Here comes the tether. They want to keep him alive with the bottle charges, and in fact, they will. Misery will be able to hightail it out of there, and Pain not able to secure the kill. And that is a lot of time wasted. They get the Shrek, they get the Sven, and they're missing creep waves. All the meanwhile, the rest of EG are still farming.
Yeah, at least they get the value shrine.
That's true.
That's all they get, though.
It was a very value shrine.
Yep, King already had no mana when he came in, so nothing really happened.
But Fear is in a very good position. He is 700 ahead of the Shrek.
Total free farm, and nobody can really mess with him. And then you look at Sven, who's just getting ran at over and over. Panda gets slept up.
Brain Sap, one auto attack. Very squishy. Sumail will take him down.
Just look at the difference, right? Sumail phase boots 5.5, and HFN just hit 4. Brown boots, he has treads now, but still, he has to deal with these heroes running at him over and over. And then when Sumail hits level 6, it becomes even more dangerous.
Sumail is level 5, and he had an IO in his lane 90% of the time.
Yep.
Tavo is level 3. He has like 1,400 net worth, less than the IO. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to find Arteezy. He does have the Astral, not enough damage from Karen, even with the Lightning Storm and the Pulse Nova coming out. It's not nearly enough damage. Misery will help secure him living here underneath the tier 1 tower by just TPing in and making sure that no further action is taken against Arteezy. So, yeah, this off lane's pretty miserable for Tavo. That's for damn sure.
Yep, it is pretty bad. You know, Morphling is one of these heroes that his early game is weak if you can pressure him and run at him, because he doesn't have any movement speed at all.
Right.
He's a very slow hero, low range, easy to harass. But when you're slow and he morphs all the way down, then he last hits everything.
Yeah. He has plenty of damage, no way to contest that, even as Tavo with pretty good base damage on the Abaddon. You can't really walk up because he just takes too much damage from Fear. He just hits him like 3 times.
Can't trade hits, can't last it.
Yep. HFN's going to go for the stun on Sumail, but he has the raindrop. Sumail, it's going to be tough to bring him down. The torrent is there, but they rotate in King RD. It's more than enough damage with the Pulse Nova going, and they might lose 2 here as Misery's going to get X marks. They have another torrent in 5 seconds. Stormhammer should be back up in 1, and in fact it is. Misery will get caught and killed. That'll get split amongst them, and Pain will take 2 quick kills. So more kills going Pain's way, and at least they're getting that. It actually gives a lot of net worth to the Leshrac. He's now tied, or rather, a little bit ahead of Sumail for 2nd place.
Up top, though.
Yeah, Fear
Just can't lane here at all.
He's not level 6.
Radiant's top tower
Fear
is
could have
under
dove
attack.
a little bit further, but I think he wants to play smart. Crit almost going down. He'll stay alive. He's tethered. Roar comes in, and I think this is going to be a dead disruptor. Glimpse will not save him, and the Wild Axis will complete the kill and do the job.
Panda's down and out.
And Fear continues to dive his tier 1 tower on the top lane. In fact, underneath the tier 2
Radiant
tower,
structures
forcing
are
Tavo
fortified.
back, who is still level
Radiant's
4.
top tower is
He's
under
got no
attack.
experience. He's got no gold. There's not much he can do here. Very rough.
I feel like a lot of these offlaners kind of relied on poor man shield to be able to the lane.
Radiant
Arteezy's going in right now. Perhaps too much. Lightning Storm, he has wand charges. He will use them. King RD
Radiant's
thought
top
about
tower
going
is
up,
under
but if he
attack.
takes another hit... Okay, well. You win some, you lose some.
Yep, and HFN goes down again.
Yeah.
You know, this is not the game Sven likes to play. He wants to sit on his side of the map, free farm everything, push out the lane forever.
They
farm
do
Mask
have
of Madness.
1 stack of Ancients, it looks like, or 2.
Yeah, but
So-
the rest of his jungle is not somewhere he can go at all. It's very
No.
dangerous.
They're just going to invade, make sure they take away any stacks that are possible.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
This is a
tower
rough
is under
position. He's
attack.
starting to really fall behind. And as a Sven, you'd like to be, you always hear this, you'd like to be 1 to 2K ahead of the next closest person. Maybe a little bit later on into the game, obviously, but
Yep. If you're not ahead, then that typically means you don't have control of your side of the map.
right.
And Sven needs to farm everything.
They've really just
Get
been
ahead.
sitting bottom with the supports. They haven't had a chance to move around. This is the first time they're, in fact, doing so in a long while.
Yeah.
And we'll smoke up with King RD and Duster. They're going to head to this mid lane. Arteezy would be a critical kill if they could find it. He's starting to get some good farm himself, but he's back behind his tower. And maybe they have to head a different direction, try to find a different target, or wait to set this up.
Not an easy kill at all, especially since he can just astral himself.
Yeah, that's it is difficult for sure. Maybe with Glimpse if they have the disruptor there, but he's a little far away. He's trying to stack the jungle as best as possible. He's doing a pretty good job of it. He's just got to stack off now, but they need a lot more for this Sven.
Dire's
He's
middle
gonna
tower
God
is under
Strength
attack.
for a Mud Golem stack here. He actually is getting close to Mask of Madness, which is good news for him. That's really going to accelerate his farm. But again, Fear continues to get out of control. In fact, look at the amount of damage he's doing to this tier 1 tower
Radiant's
to
top
in
tower
the
is
top
under
lane.
attack.
Yep, and it's all alone, so nobody can really stop him. So this tower's eventually going to fall just from chip damage.
Misery has found HFN. He will brain stab him. The Stormhammer comes out. HFN continues to try to last hit. The rest of the team is coming. And Misery is now actually caught between a rock and a hard place. X Marks will come out. No TP. Not much he can do. He's going to give his life for this. Again, more space for the rest of the team. As brain stab comes out. He is taking a long time to go down. Some space creation for sure. He's actually not even dead yet. One more auto attack. The Thunderstrike should finish him off. The Courier just trying to get vision and Pain. They will secure the kill, but that is a lot of time wasted again for this Pain squad.
Yeah,
Radiant's
that's just more
bottom
space.
tower has been denied.
Not too bad at all.
I mean, they do get the deny on the tier 1 tower down bottom at the very least, but it has been taken. Sumail now working on Necro 1. In fact, he has it. Working on Necro 2 now. And Tabo,
Radiant's top tower is
borrowed
under
time has been
attack.
forced.
Radiant structures are
He's fine.
fortified.
He's fine, but his tower is not going to be fine.
No, this thing's dead in like a minute.
Yep. Probably this wave, actually, since Taba has no ultimate to walk up now.
Yeah, he can't afford to get caught and give the kill to Fear especially.
It's such a non-committal thing, too, right? Like, you can't really TP in to kill this Morphling. He can just wave into the trees and TP
Radiant's
up.
top tower
And
is
eventually
under
he's just going to
attack.
take this tower. Especially with Misery just standing there, keeping eyes on the shrine.
Does he stay top? Does he move
Radiant's
somewhere
top
else? Does he
tower
try to go
has
for the
fallen.
tier 2 tower? What's the optimal play here for Fear?
He just keeps farming.
Yeah. Space created, says Tavo. I guess that's true. HFN is getting some room in the jungle to finally farm. His Mask of Madness should be done.
Radiant's top tower
Unless he
is
didn't go
under
for it.
attack.
He actually looks like he didn't. I thought he was going to, but decided not.
I feel like he has to at this point, right? If he goes for like a Blink Dagger, then he's not going to be able to keep up in terms of farm. And they've already lost out on so much map control, it's not like they'll be able to just, you know, start taking all these towers down bottom and get stunned up.
Yeah, Sumail in trouble. Oh, the
Relocate
relocate
out.
save
Nice.
from the IO. Sumail is fine. They won't be able to turn this fight. Maybe they think that King RD is alone. We'll see who they relocate in. They're TPing Sumail down to bottom. Crit will try to tether away, and he actually might make it out. They missed the X marks.
Are fortified.
They will go for the Torrent. It just misses, and Crit somehow survives. Are you kidding? That tether. Ah, that's just a bit of a... So close there coming in for him. But now HFN is going to get caught and killed by Fear. They static storm, nothing. Now Tavo's getting run at. He does have the borrowed time. He will have to pop it. Good kinetic field so that RTZ can't dive. But Fear is in deep. He already has his ultimate orb along with 400 gold onto his Lincoln Sphere recipe. But this is starting to get out of control pretty quickly here, Brax.
It's getting bad real quick, it feels like.
Yeah.
Oh. It's so sad because they have
Radiant's
to
middle
gank.
tower has
You know, they
fallen.
have to deal with this Beastmaster and IO in front of their face, but at the same time, they're so far ahead it requires a bunch of heroes from Pain to even threaten them.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then-
Tavo can't even come really because he's so underfarmed too.
Yeah.
It feels like. It's rough for sure.
It is.
Duster will take out an Observer Ward. Sumail and Fear thinking about going on him, but Duster's not going to take the bait. He's not going to walk up to the high ground. Nowhere is safe, seemingly all of a sudden, for Pain Gaming. They're going to have to tiptoe their way around their own side of the map. There's the Mass Commandus for the
Dire
Sven.
are scanning.
And you're right, he needs to sight him to get back into the game. He needs to be able to keep up. And he's got a lot of work to do.
Yep, Mass Command is picked up, but at the same time, he still has Necro 2. So
Radiant's top
Roshan
tower
is
under
very
attack.
easy for them to do, especially with the high amount of physical damage Morphling puts out. But, you know, they're content with farming, because the pace at which Sven is farming is not threatening at all.
No.
Even though he has Mass Commandus, he only has a small portion of that to farm.
Pretty good stun onto RTZ. Static Storm coming in as well, and now he's going to fall. He thought about Astraling, but he knew that he would die if they had the Astral ready. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Nightmare coming out. They found Tavo. Again, he has the borrow time. Shouldn't fall here. He is going to pop the borrow time. There's the feed script. Now it will. And borrow time is done, and Fear will just take him out. Ghost Ship coming in. Won't be enough to save him, but Fear in trouble. He's going to fall. He didn't get off the attribute shift in time. Great play from Duster. And they lose their two biggest heroes. And now Sumail, he's going to turn on to Kunkka. Going to have the Mana Drain coming in from the Necro Archer. Not enough to do the job. Pod is going to get chased down. Sumail doing a lot of damage, but not enough to bring Duster down. But Io, crit, penned him in. Into the tree line he goes. And the fours will take him down along with the Necro units as well. Axis continue to head on to Disruptor, but he's fine for now. Still, though, I mean, that's two of your big heroes for EG getting dropped when you probably didn't need him to have that type of situation happen.
Yeah, that attribute shift is probably so weird because you probably, you know, you spam it before the stun comes off, and then if you don't get it before it comes off, use it again afterwards. It's probably so disorienting.
It is, for sure. They will Astral and relocate onto HFN. This TP is a good attempt, but with Sanity's Eclipse, it will be for naught, and Arteezy will secure a kill after just going down himself.
Well, it sounds like you've given up on the Pain boys.
Not yet. I definitely have not. This Sven needs to get a lot of work done, but he can't die. He can't die like that. I think they're going to have to find... I don't know. I mean, they got those 2 kills. It's definitely like they've shown EG is not completely 100% taking control of this game yet, but now that there's a linkage through for Fear, it gets a lot harder for Pain Gaming.
Yep, it does.
A tie to the impurity.
And we get HFN, he's got Midas in his quick run. He's dreaming big.
Radiant's top
Thinking of the
tower
late
is
game
under
plan.
attack.
That's how you know.
The investor.
That's how you know you're in trouble. I need this Midas to get back into this game.
Yep. It's bad.
King RD's trying to keep it more in line with regular thinking that you would have at this point of the game. BKB trying to get something going for his team in terms of getting damage and having team fights go their way. And maybe, I think King RD can pump out enough damage if they get like a good Ghost Ship and Disruptor ult. They might be able to find something big.
Yeah. They are smoked up, but there is a link this here up on Morphling. Actually glimpses him to pop it, so now he knows the vision of him there.
Meanwhile, Tavo's the one getting run down in the top lane yet again. Still has the borrowed time. He's about to pop it here. They are coming top. This is all 5. This is very dangerous as you are EG. In fact, Misery's going to die. Pulse Nova, the Torrent, Arteezy is going to try to force himself away. He does so successfully. He's going to go for a TP. The X marks, though, and Arteezy is brought right back. Nothing he can do. Trying to take down bottom. Might actually get the kill, and he does. But it is still a 2-for-1 trade. They don't use the relocate. Sumail and Crit just making sure that is on cooldown, but they will take down the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane anyways. So even when they lose out on some big heroes, they still grab an objective on the map.
Dire's top tower
Yep,
is
they're
under
still
attack.
farming as well. Morphling is ridiculously farmed, and it's not slowing down at all.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
look at
attack.
this bottom lane. Sumail's still chipping away at this bottom tower. He does about 600 damage on. Very nice.
And Necro comes out. He's going to roar King RD. They're going to have the relocate save coming in from the IO, and King RD actually looking to be alive. Duster will also take down the Necro Warrior, which will do some damage from the backlash. And what else can they do here? Well, it looks like they're just going to let IO die.
Dire's top tower is under
There's nothing to
attack.
tether to this time around. He did a lot of damage to Duster, though, with his spirits, but not quite enough to get a kill.
Yep, he tried to do the TP trick where you time it at the same time as when you go back. It actually brings you to the fountain.
That would be pretty hard.
Good attempt. He knew he was dead. Probably hates Sumail right now. You're getting me killed this entire game. What are you doing?
I mean, he's done a pretty good job. He's actually... Oh, no, he's dead 4 times. I thought he only died like twice, but...
He's died a few times, but it's been causing a lot of pressure, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's been good.
Sumail, he's only died a few times in the laning phase. Since then, he's just been kind of sitting bottom and in the
Dire's
jungle.
middle tower is
He's been
under
farming
attack.
like crazy. He's almost at max Inner Beast. He's working on now a Blink Dagger after having a Necro 3. Misery's the one. Misery's been doing a really good job of getting vision, but That means sometimes he's going to get caught and killed. In fact, they found him yet again. Glimpse Nightmare comes out. Actually, a great Nightmare, but it still might not matter. The X marks the Torrent. The Thunder Strike, more than enough damage to secure the kill. And while Misery is getting some vision, dropping some wards down, he will still fall for it.
You know, no big deal though. 5 position goes down while the carriers are still farming. OD was pushing up top, Morph was pushing up the mid lane.
Yep.
Eastman is farming the jungle. By the way, our Sven player, HFN, went for an armlet instead of the Midas. Wise
Actually,
choice.
Like this, yeah.
It's a bit better, but at the same time, it feels like it's not enough, right? There's no one item that's going to make him feel like he can destroy this game.
Yeah.
It's like Blink and BKB. Or,
Yeah.
you know, something and then something else.
And that's the issue with Sven. Is you need to BKB to be able to fight, especially in this type of game against things that can fight you like Astral and all that and Roar.
Even then, we have Roar to deal
Yeah.
with and Grip. Of course, we talked about the bad Aphotic Shield, but at the same time, we can just get Astral at the same time.
Yeah.
So
It's really going to come down to King RD, I think, and the play the supports can make. And I mean, they've gotten a few kills with King RD in the supports. It's not like it's impossible. They just need to keep this game going a little bit longer. I mean, they're down. They were down almost 10K. They've brought it back to about 7K, according to this graph.
Are scanning.
So they're doing a somewhat decent job of keeping the game even. It's tough considering how the laning phase went and how much free farm Fear actually got.
yep, it's tough, but I've been told nothing is impossible.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I'm not sure if that's true or not, though.
Probably not. I feel like I was lied to.
I think so too. That's okay.
Well, all right, moving on then.
Fear is getting closer and closer to this Ethereal Blade. At 20 minutes into the game, that is pretty ridiculous timing. 572 GPM. He is farming like a madman. He's going to have it within another 2 or 3 waves. And then the supports die pretty much instantly, and life is miserable if you're Pain Gaming.
Yep, all their item timings are coming online too. You have a Blink Dagger picked up from this time.
There's the borrowed time. This time, EG will not make the same mistake. They won't commit. They'll back themselves up knowing that Pain have probably rotated in a few heroes. And because they poke and prod top lane, this allows Sumail and Crit to continue on bottom lane and try to get some more tower damage.
With those heroes TPing out too, like once you see core heroes in the bottom lane, you could just port away from the Roshan.
Blink Roar, Necro units, HFN, Dunzo. Armlet will not save him this time. Trying to get a Lincoln Sphere next. I don't blame him for this Sven.
Yeah, definitely needs it.
It's just some way to deal with the Roar or the Fiend's Grip. But again, this tier 3 tower already a lot of chip damage done to it with just one go from Sumail. But then Pulse Nova along with the Lightning Storm from King RD and Edict will do more than enough to push them back. But there's that Ethereal Blade. Now Tavo needs to be careful. He does have the borrowed time. They're going to try to put some pressure on this tier 2 tower while they continue to split push bottom. And EG are just splitting them up on the map.
Yep, it's a slow game.
I'm going to find Misery. Goshen comes out. I believe he's dead. Static. Oh, he's 100% dead. Fear walked up the hill and then he's like, nope.
See ya.
Turned right back around. They got a bit more chip damage under the tier 3 tower. King RD is kind of pretty far up here. He's alone for now, other than HFN TPing on the backside. He will actually use the God Strength plus Armlet. Sumail in trouble. Another relocate save, though. And Fear, in the meantime, blew away Pada on the Disruptor with the Ethereal Blade, or at least presumably. Yeah, he did. And now he's running bottom. He thinks they might want to fight this, I believe. I don't know. He's just going to tether his way out, but gets X marks back. And Fear tries to save him, can't quite do it. He is going to look for King RD to adapt to strike him. Waveform. BKB comes out, and King RD is dead.
Oh, no,
That's a 10-second BKB, just gone. And also, RTB gets a kill onto Tavo.
he accidentally canceled his
Radiant's
TP.
top tower is under
Thought he was gonna
attack.
die.
I was not expecting HFN to be there.
Now he's not. He's dead.
Yeah.
Funny
3
how that works.
more kills for EG.
Yeah. It feels like as long as EG stays split up on the map, then there is nothing Pain can really do because they always have to deal with this Beastmaster split pressure in the bottom lane. Then this Morphling can one-shot pretty much any hero at this stage of the game.
He just took the tier 3 tower with little to no issues. They're ghost shipping to get rid of the Necro units.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They
attack.
tried to get rid of the Necro units.
Yeah.
Those Necro units are getting rid of them.
Yeah. And they'll find a Torrent, but this melee Rex is gone. Pada tried getting it denied, not in time, of course. They're going to wait for the creeps, and the ranged Rex now will be next. Along with the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. And Pain Gaming are slowly but surely getting run out of this game. It is now a 15,000 net worth lead for Evil Geniuses. And we might be seeing a Complexity versus EG rematch if Pain Gaming don't get things going the right direction here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what they can do, but there's always a chance. Anything's possible.
In this game, you're looking for a Static Storm, Ghost Ship type Wombo combo. King RD comes in and Pulse knows everybody to death. God Strength Cleave.
Well,
Shenanigans.
This is it. They're doing Roshan, but Misery is just sitting on the high ground. We're trying to break the smoke.
He almost broke the smoke if he just stayed where he was for a moment longer. Now they've seen King RD. They actually wanted to kill Fear, but again, he is possible with not only a Lincoln Sphere, but an Ethereal Blade. EG will back up. They don't want to do anything too crazy. Sumail was trying to Shrine, so they didn't want to fight without him. With him now regaining his health, they might make something happen in the mid lane. RTZ is going to force himself in. Astral, they went to deny. There's the Roar coming in the back line. The Static Storm comes out. It's a good Static Storm, and it's going to do too. In fact, they're going to lose Sumail and the IO. HFN trying to man-fight. He will get caught and killed. There's the Fiend Script. That's on the King RD. It's a lot of damage being dealt. Misery, X marks back. Tavo in trouble as well. One more auto attack will grab the kill. RTZ is throwing bombs. Pada is going to get dropped down. A triple kill and a dominating spree. 3 dead, 4 dead. It's going to be 5 dead. Fear and RTZ do way too much damage, and they will blow away the lineup of Pain Gaming. Yes, they lose Sumail and Crit, but more than enough to make up for it are all of those kills going their way.
Merry Christmas. The clock that hasn't Santa hat. You know what that means?
Come on, Valve. It's a little too late for that.
It's never too late.
When do you take Christmas decorations down? Is it right after Christmas? Is it after New Year's? What is it?
I don't ever think.
No? You just keep them up the entire year round.
I like Christmas.
Christmas lights are nice to have. I also like having Christmas trees.
My neighbors think I'm insane.
Yeah, I imagine.
They're not wrong, but I don't appreciate that.
So EG will move on. I'll try to take this tier 3 tower and finish this game off. It was looking pretty good for a moment there. They had a good Static Storm. They popped the BKB on the track.
The item difference is just way too big, though. BKB up on OD. He didn't even have his ultimate in that fight, and he had 80 stolen intelligence.
He hit so many people. HFN gets chewed up by RTZ. I mean, the amount of damage RTZ does with an Arcane Orb is considerable.
He's very accurate. He is indeed dropping bombs.
And they're going to try to find Fear with the Splitter. He is the Thunder Strike on an X marks. He's in trouble. His HP is gone. And Static Storm used as well. The new change to Morphling, you can't just Strength Morph and stay alive, and now he's got to play carefully. With Aegis gone, this might dissuade EG from pushing high ground. However, there is no spend. It is a buyback, jump in, roar. They're going to find the Disruptor. He's going to get caught into the kill cushion. From live for now. At the Split Earth as well. Duster now running. Sven will buy back. Tavo in trouble along with it. Adaptive Strike, the huge Ethereal Blade. Won't be enough to actually bring down Duster. He's low, but not dead yet. The Ghost Ship's rum is now running out, and they need to be very careful. This Rax in the bottom lane about to fall. Split Earth, that'll hit onto Fear on the Morphling. And now RTZ is in. HFN. He just bought back. Now he's dead. It's a dieback. RTZ's still going to work. He's taking actually a lot of damage from the tier 4 towers. He needs to be careful. BKB still going. Wants to kill Duster, but gets off the Glimmer Cape in time. IO Tether coming through as well. There's the Astral. Sumail looking for a target. Doesn't have roar for another 36. There's going to be a huge Sanities. An ultra kill. My God. RTZ just like that. 3 in 1 fell swoop. Dear Lord. My God, that was nuts. Waveform comes out, King RD will be next, and EG will clean house. GG is called, and EG will move on and have a rematch against the other American team, Complexity, here in just a few minutes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, not much else to say about that one.
No, the game becomes so difficult once the split pushing comes out. Sure, they have cash, but at the same time, they're so far behind, they don't have the items and levels to really deal with these heroes split pushing. And yeah, they've got a nice combo with the Disruptor and Kunkka, but they just could never get there since Morphling never leaves this lane. Beastmaster and IO, same thing. They never leave this lane, and they have the most tower damage, so you're always dealing with them first. And then once you go in the Beastmaster, it gets relocated out, and then it's just more space for these other 2 heroes to farm. And it's just a never-ending cycle of chasing these heroes around that you just can't kill well.